Here's what I did this week on the farm. I did a bit of a dried flower harvest. I harvested some gumfrina and some straw flower, as well as a little bit of my amaranthus. I was able to find a couple of pegboards off of Facebook Marketplace that I've been using to hang my dried flowers. I don't know if it's going to be like the long-term solution for that, but it's working really well right now. Speaking of Facebook Marketplace, I also was able to get these huge shelves that I'm going to use for storing my tomatoes. You don't want to store tomatoes in like a cooler necessarily, because when you store them cold, they kind of lose their flavor and their texture changes. So I'm storing them at room temperature in these huge fat ass shelves. They were only $40 off of Facebook Marketplace. Can you believe that? I don't know how this is like financially great for the guy who sold them, but I appreciate them nonetheless. Makes up for these shitty fucking crates I got a few weeks ago, but I digress. Elizabeth came this week and helped me clean up some of the brassicas. We cleaned up the kale and collards, and we also weeded and mulched some more aisles. I brought over a bit more wood chips, and I also strung up more tomatoes. I think I'm on my 4th string for all of the tomatoes now. And I also flipped the compost. I tried just like scooping with the tractor, and that did not go well. So then I ended up like just forking. I made like a new little landing pad for my second compost. So my plan is now, like every time I flip, I'll just flip onto the new landing space for it. And that's how I'll kind of keep on going until it becomes maybe just one whole thing. And by then I'll have figured out a better solution for flipping, or even having, I think I need a wall to push it against, but I don't know how to do that where it is now because it's an open space. So that's a project to work on. I also amended my transplanting space that I cleared up last week. Full disclosure, I had a wedding this weekend. One of my very close friends, Grace, she got married. So I ran out of time to like finish up my transplanting, but I'll do it first thing this coming week. I also did a few more vegetable walks. The squash are really kicking off, and the cherry tomatoes are really starting to go off, which is exciting. I didn't have any markets to harvest for this week because of the wedding I went to, but I did have my first wholesale order. It was for blackberries and cucumbers. When Elizabeth was here, she helped me harvest blackberries for it, and I got together some cucumbers. It's really my first 7 cucumbers that were ready, so that was exciting to have ready for her, and I'm excited to be able to start doing more wholesale orders in the future. And then I also harvested for my week 9 CSA. So the harvest this week included cilantro, collards, baby kale, and zucchini. And the recipe was for spaghetti alla nerano. I'm a big fan of this recipe, so I hope everyone else liked it as well. I'm really excited with the progress I've made with weeding. I keep getting wood chips delivered, so I think I'll have enough to finish out all the aisles, and then I'll be able to start having wood chips to put in my compost. And I would love to start wood chipping the backyard to kind of make more pathways that way. I'm very excited. A lot of things going on, so I'm jazzed about that. Now it's time for Content Corner. I made the decision to drive to my friend's wedding this weekend. It was 9 hours on the way there and about 10.5 hours on the way back because of wildfires altering my route. So I had a lot of listening time ahead of me, and really what I mainly listened to was the Good Noticings Patreon episodes. It really got me through. I mean, I love chatting with those girls. I like just hearing what they're working on, what they're up to, what they're reading, and I highly recommend you give them a listen. And their Patreon episodes also include Worm to the Wise. I love advice columnist style podcasts, not even because I relate to most of the things that are being talked about, but I feel like it lends to interesting discussions when people are given prompts kind of to discuss like that. So yeah, I really enjoyed them, and I'm glad I got the Patreon for this month. I probably have to cancel next month, but when I get really good farmers market sales, maybe I'll keep on ordering Patreon episodes. And I watched my friend Grace get married. It was every wedding is beautiful, but this wedding was one of the most beautiful ceremonies I've ever witnessed. It was in the Botanical Gardens at Berkeley, in this amphitheater area where we were just surrounded by redwoods, and it was beautiful. The light was filtering in and it just was incredibly stunning. And I just love watching people in love get married. I'm so happy for them, and it's so fun to get to celebrate people, and I love dancing at weddings. So that's what I watched this week and listened to. I'll catch you back here next week for week 33.